Hello there, and welcome to The Thought That Counts. Today, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about taxpayer dollars. Now, the United States federal budget is something that I think we've all had a few disagreements on, especially with the coming of the 21st century. You know, the ending of the Cold War, and we're done with Afghanistan, and I think it's time to reassess a few things, particularly the part of the budget that we spend on our military. Now, it's no secret that the U.S. spends a ridiculous amount of money on its military. And this is all fine and dandy, back in the 20th century, we were fighting off some Nazis and all that good stuff. But now it's kind of run its course. Can we agree on that? Can we agree that it maybe the United States military doesn't need $750 billion every year of taxpayer money? Now, far be it from me to suggest something anti-patriotic, but maybe we can be using that money for something a little bit better. For something a little bit more important. Maybe we can use that to help people here at home, right? $750 billion just on military? A lot of taxpayer dollars go to the military. And it's something that could probably be adjusted. Now, people have been talking about taxpayer-funded healthcare. I've heard things about better education systems. Maybe let's provide a wider variety of taxpayer-funded college education options and things like that. I think we need to go even further. I think we need even more progress. I think what we need is taxpayer-funded cupcakes. We need government-subsidized confectionaries all over the nation. Have you had a cupcake recently? Have you had a good cupcake? Good cupcakes are something to die for. I would chop off my pinky if it meant I were able to have half of a good cupcake. I've had a couple cupcakes recently. It's really sparked some inspiration. And that's why I think that the most important thing we could spend our money on is government-funded cupcakes. So let's just do a little bit of math here. I think there's 330 million people in the United States. Let's say we want to give every person in the U.S. one cupcake per day. That's one cupcake per person per day, every day of the year. I would say $1 per cupcake, but I want these to be really good cupcakes. Okay, so we're gonna go with $2 for cupcakes. We're not gonna mess around with this rinky-dinky crap. We're gonna have some good stuff here. I'm talking about grade A quality confections, and I need a little bit of that good filling inside the cupcake. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but it needs to be a solid cupcake. And we're talking about roughly 8 ounces per cupcake here. We need some half-pound cupcakes. That's what we're doing. We're doing it big, and we're doing it right. Okay, we're not messing around with the weak stuff. So if we're gonna get these cupcakes, $2 per cupcake, one cupcake per person per day, $24 billion per year. Now, I don't know if you heard me earlier when I was speaking about how much money we spend on the military budget, but we're spending $750 billion a year on military alone. In the grand scheme of our budget, which is over $1 trillion, by the way, 24 billion? 24 billion? That's nothing. That's nothing. I could have that ready by tomorrow, buddy. I know a guy. We could get this rolling right now. Let's get the petition rolling. I'll send it out to an email. In fact, I don't even really need your emails because I've already got them. you see, I've got the hackers and the bots, and I've got the whole setup behind the scenes. You know, I've got the best of the best. Everyone agrees. Believe me, I've got the best of the best. So. Excuse me. You don't need to give me your emails. I don't need your consent. I've already got the signatures forged, okay? I've already got at least 50 senators secured on this. It's a bipartisan bill. We're getting it underway. It'll be signed by next week. It'll be in effect by March. It's a done deal. So you best get to stepping, because we're going to have these cupcakes ready and available at your local grocery stores. You're going to be able to pick up a box of cupcakes, 1 box per week. Depending on the size of your family, they will fill those boxes with different amounts of cupcakes. Now, if you are dissatisfied with your cupcake, there will be a complaint system, but you are going to have to wait in line at the Department of Motor Vehicles in your locality in order to place these complaints. We will have only chocolate cupcakes with only vanilla buttercream icing. Those are the only option we have. Now, if you don't like that, then you can get on a plane, fly away. I hope you fall in the ocean while you're there. So just don't worry about it. If you don't like it, don't care. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. This is America. We don't care about what people want. We care about getting things done. We care about progress. So go to the store, get your cupcakes, and enjoy it, because it's going to be here for good. You know, another thing that we spend money on with our budget, our U.S. budget, is monuments. Now, that would also include the Theodore Roosevelt statue that was taken down. Now, I know there's 2 different sides of this. I know there's 2 different sides of the story here. I know there's arguments going on about it. So let's just go ahead and analyze both sides. I mean, I know the side that's happy that it was taken down is saying things like, oh, well, the statue of Teddy, he was on a horse, and beside him were standing a black man and a Native American man, and it just wasn't a good look. You know, and I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I get it. I mean, who's really being glorified there? Right? Is it the diversity? Is diversity being celebrated with that one? I don't think so. You know, I get it. I mean, if I had to walk past that thing on my way to work every day, I'd probably have some questions in the back of my head, too. I don't think it was a bad choice. Coming off the heels of the colonial era, I imagine that there's a lot of things that need to be reconciled. Still, today, there's a lot of things that need to be reconciled. So it's one of those things you kind of have to just accept. You know, you need to accept that things aren't what they used to be, and what they used to be was bad even then, and we got to be moving in the right direction. So, I mean, well, the other side is saying like, oh, well, you're tearing down the monument of a great man. He was a great man, wasn't he? He was so great. Teddy Roosevelt, he was great, right? Yeah, sure. Sure, Teddy was good. Yeah, we like Teddy, I guess. I don't have anything off the top of my head that I know of that he did very poorly, but I will say my favorite thing about him was his performance in Night at the Museum. That was just astounding. It moved me to tears, really. It wasn't Teddy. It wasn't Teddy. That wasn't the reason he had to be taken down. The reason he had to be taken down is that we've got, at best, a Jim Crow era situation here where you got a black man and a Native American whose family was probably just slaughtered at the hands of the U.S. government, and they're standing on the ground beside Teddy, the white dude, literally on his high horse. So I think it's a little hard to see why it wasn't the best choice. You know, I think it was a good choice. I understand a little bit of both sides, but you know what? I think at the end of the day, it had to be done. I think it was a good thing. I mean, what's the alternative? What, you just... I guess, I mean, we could have just taken out, just take out the Native American and the black man, right? I mean, just take out the sharecropper and just, hide away our shame and don't think about it. And yay, Teddy, right? Right? I mean, what would have been wrong with that, huh? What would have been wrong with that? It would be the most American way, right? Let's hide what we don't like and let's just cheer for the white man. Yeah. I'm down. I'm down. Yeah, raise the glasses to the 4th of July. We don't need statues of men anyway. No man is really that good that he needs to have a statue made of him. A brass sculpture idolizing this dude. You don't need that anymore. We shouldn't be making statues of humans at all. I mean, what we really need here in America are statues of food, because that's what we really worship. I mean, give me a brass cheeseburger. That's what I need. And if you're not a meat eater, if you're a vegetarian, we'll get some French fries in there for you too. Because who doesn't love some good greasy French fries? All right. And while we're at, let's get the cupcakes in there too. Let's get the cupcakes in there too. We need the cupcakes along with the French fries because those are our real gods. Those are the heroes of our story, our Epic of Gilgamesh, as it were. So we need the food statues, and we need these to be in the federal budget. Go ahead and make them out of solid gold, for God's sake. I don't care. We're spending all the money on this that we have to. Our budget will be reallocated. We can afford it with taxpayer dollars. Tax-funded cupcakes! All right, well, thank you for joining me today on The Thought That Counts. I know it's been a wild one. I appreciate your indulgence, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.